I think more about life. I think AI is going to open a new chapter of the society, of the world, that people try to understand ourselves better rather than the outside world.
Jack Ma is trying to say that we are imperfect, people are imperfect. So, he hoped to create a helpful society which never existed. And he confirms that we should have something is called humanity, through which helping each other and trying to solve others' problems in the worst difficult situations.
To me, artificial intelligence is just like people worry a lot about this today. Are those people I call them called college smartness. People like us, street smart, we never scared of that. We think it's a great fun and we want to change ourselves to embrace it.
Jack Ma compares artificial intelligence as street smart people. People who never scare. People who have nothing to lose. They want to experience new things. They want to make this experiment by themselves. They have no problem with this, but they want to know what is the behind of this thing. They are capable, they are free, they have nothing to lose, but just they want to prove themselves.
Well, let's talk about something fun. I admire that you want to go on the Mars. Shall we go to the Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what will the life look like on Mars? What do you think about that? Actually, I'm not interested in Mars. I just came back from there, so I'm more interested on the Earth, the things, what's going on happening here. So why you are so curious about the Mars? It's so difficult to secure the future of the Earth, but we can secure the future of next 100 years. I am not the person that I admire your courage for explore the Mars, but I admire a lot of people spend efforts on improving the Earth. It's great to send 1 million people to the Mars, but we have to care about the 7.4 billion people on the Earth. How can we make the world more sustainable? And I'm not that fond of the Mars because I think it's easy to go to the Mars when you go on the top of the hills or of the building. Just one step you go to Mars, but you will never be able to come back.
There is a known saying here is called "Don't show off, you didn't get on the Mars," and it's similar for what Jack Ma said about. So he's not fond of getting on the Mars because he thinks it's easy to get in the Mars, but then what? You can't come back. But if you work hard on the Earth, in the end, you get something.
We only have 100 years. So we cannot solve all the problems for future. But we have to be responsible for the future, but we should care more about how we can enjoy better. My view is that by the artificial intelligence or AI, when human beings understand ourselves better, then we can improve the world better. Last 200 years, human beings try to understand the other side world better, understand the other people better. But I think what I feel excited about AI is that AI is to understand people, the inside of the human beings.
Don't get tired at overthinking about AI, artificial intelligence. Due to your mindset is much smarter than artificial intelligence.
I think why we need that many jobs.
Sure.
Right? My view is that the jobs, actually every technology revolution people start to worry. Right? Last 200 years we worry about the new technology going to take away all the jobs. Actually, we made a lot of jobs.
It means because technology revolution, wars, the pandemic, coronavirus, many people think they will not find jobs. But in fact, job increases nowadays. So don't worry about finding jobs. Just you need to process your mindset and then you will have many jobs.
Second, because of the industrial revolution, job created a lot of jobs. What I think is the next 20, 30 years, human being will live much longer. The life science technology is going to make people live probably 100, 120 years. That may not be a good thing because you get a grandfather's grandfather still working hard. But my question, why should we have a lot of jobs? I think people should work 3 days a week, 4 hours a day. When we have electricity, the power of electricity is that so people, because of electricity, people have more time. I think because of artificial intelligence, people will have more time enjoy being human beings. So I don't think we need a lot of jobs. And at that time, the jobs we need is make people happier, make people experience the life, enjoy the human beings. So I don't worry about the jobs a lot. First, we're going to have a lot of jobs. Second, we don't need a lot of jobs.
The relationship between artificial intelligence and electricity. Because both of them, we have much free time. We can enjoy life, enjoy being a human being. So you can work in short time and get much benefit.
Third, there's a very interesting thing, because we'll probably talk about life. In the industrial period, technology revolution, people can live 70 years. So in the artificial intelligence period, people can live 120 years, that's I think. Now the problem comes, when people's life is getting better, people don't want to have children. Yeah, I never worry about the things that I cannot solve. I left other people to solve it. If nobody can solve it, just let it be. That's my life. Oh, let's talk about education. I'm quite interested about education. So, what knowledge or skills will be useful to master the future? Do you have any advice for young professionals who want to pursue a career in AI? Young professionals. I don't think we will have professionals on AI in the future. Well, people worry about jobs, but I worry about education. All the education systems, way we teach our kids. And I'm sure the machine will be much cleverer than human beings in the future. How can human beings do better? Human beings should be smarter. Human beings should be wiser. I think that we should change the way of education, change the things, because in the past we focused a lot about, remember things. Computer can remember better than you are.
Jack Ma believes that the secret of education success will be in change the way of education. Make a different way of education. So put your children in a place where has a different type of education. And build your children's mindset with making new creative positive things.
So human beings should have confidence by being more creative, more constructive. So how can we teach our kids to be more creative and constructive? And I think this is the key of the education. And I want spending more time on training kids on arts, on painting, on singing, on dancing. On these are the creative things that make people live like humans.
Jack Ma emphasized on the importance of education, the significance of education in which teach your kids to create new things, to discover their abilities, skills, talents. As an example, Chinese children, they can discover, they can create new things as they are children.
Don't worry about machines. For sure, we should understand one thing. Computer is a computer. Computer is just a toy. Man cannot even make a mosquito. So we should have a confidence. Computer only have chips. Man have the heart. It's the heart where the wisdom comes from. So I think in the next 10 or 20 years, human beings or every country, every government should focus on reform the education system, making sure our kids be able to find jobs in the future, be able to live in a life that only working 3 days a week, 4 hours a day. And that is very important. If we do not change the education system that we are in, we are all going to be in trouble. That's my view, and don't worry about it. We will change it.
You should believe in your skills. Computer is just helpful, but you have the creative mind.
When people talk about AI, say human being will be controlled by machines, I never think about that. I think it's impossible, right? It's impossible because human beings, they are different. Machines are invented by human beings. Yeah, my view is that computer may be clever, but human beings are much smarter. The difference between clever people and smart people or wise people. Smart people knows what he wants and how he can get it. Wise people know what he doesn't want. So when human beings using artificial intelligence, they will understand themselves better. And I think there will be millions of ways people will live in a healthy earth and protect the healthy earth.